I can't play.
Let's go, FSU!
I got some. Thank you.
Welcome to USQ South Regionals 2019, Day 2. It's our first game of the day. FSU versus Gamecock Quidditch.
Good start, FSU!
FSU starting off with a point on the board right after the runoff.
Yeah, they had good recruitment this year. Why did you not defeat them?
Yeah, Drew!
Y'all the worst cheerleaders.
Quite honestly, I think the worst injury I've received, the worst two.
Another score for FSU. Current score 20 FSU, 10 Gamecock Quidditch.
I was trying to grab him, he did like a spin around, but he swung his arm, so I got the elbow with like right back here and just like planted. Just like, okay, I'm done. And it was during a practice.
No.
First time I got like a yeah, that's great.
Also, you know that's not protecting your face. Like the shade.
So, no.
Yeah, good block, Drew! Good block, Drew!
I like running, he was like, no, not today. I mean, today, but I took it was the attitude, not today.
Good call, ref! Good call, ref!
We need to yeah.
Good stop, FSU!
Yes, it's the co-founder of FSU.
I just felt like
Rubbing his face.
Yeah, FSU!
It's actually deodorant.
Goal for Florida State. Current score 30 Florida State, 10 Gamecock Quidditch.
UCF, sponsored by Body
Yeah, FSU! Yeah, good stuff! He's willfully ignoring that!
Kelby. I love how Kelby cheers harder for them than he's ever cheered for our team.
Right?
Does anyone else notice that? Kelby cheering harder for FSU than he's ever cheered for our team. It's because he can. Otherwise, he's so long silence for us to get harder.
Recent Gamecock goal was no good. They were beat before the goal. Number 91 from Gamecock Quidditch serving a penalty.
If the Gamecocks loses, we'll be tied with us and the other teams.
Right.
so the ones with their shirts inverted.
Yeah.
I wonder if the ref's gonna pull numbers for
They'll just look at them backwards. They're using pictures of kids today. Precision.
I saw him look back. He must have looked down.
Maybe like her back was turned, you signed it. Like, what do you expect?
I think he was reaching for the ball and she kind of just.
Oh, did the big guy get yellow card?
Nope.
It's a yellow card on a Florida State keeper for behind the back contact.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to beat her as a keeper right there. Get to pass it on back here. 22 there, just come back and mark off 51. 37 first on.
Now the penalty for a yellow card is 1 minute in the penalty box, or unless the opposing team scores first.
If I were the keeper, I would just go back. Wouldn't even go on there.
So both Gamecock and Florida State playing man down.
Oh, there's the winning streak.
If you throw the ball through your own goal, is that going to go for them or is that just
What do you mean? Like, if you throw it through our
Current score is still 30 Florida State, 10 Gamecock Quidditch.
Wait, he's not wearing compression shorts?
Goal is good for Gamecock Quidditch. Score 20-30. FSU still in the lead. FSU trying to answer with a quick drive. And they connect. Score 40 Florida State, 20 Gamecock Quidditch.
You say that. They also said the Super Bowl.
I didn't.
yeah, and they look like he's sitting on it.
Just stop FSU!
I know it's hard, but
I don't want to do more than I don't want to do He's going to be here I can do
He's scary person.
Let's get back sounding good. Oh, that was good. Literally right next to me. Oh, yeah. Up from here?
Megan, stop painting your face.
Kelsey, do you prefer pineapple or water?
Nice, pressure, boy! Get him out!
The sun shield?
Go for it. Take it!
Oh, good pass.
Supposedly he's retiring.
Couple possessions now without any points scored from either team. Gamecock taking their time to set up a play here.
That looked clear to me. Hit the guy behind him.
He got hit through his.
Looks like Gamecock made a goal attempt. Referee stopped play. We'll see if that affects the goal.
Every time that guy is supposed to get beat, he throws his ball straight up. So he got beat through his ball and he tried to catch his ball.
That's stupid. How many throw balls?
Kelby, Jack is the only one bench. Okay. He's got a minor concussion. I think it's because Graham's already set up and it's coming forward.
So it looks like that Gamecock goal was good. FSU incurred a penalty but negated by that Gamecock goal, so no one will be serving time in the box. Game will resume. Current score, Florida State 40, Gamecock Quidditch 30.
Aaron's leadership almost combined for a degree. Looking good, Mr. Red. Yay. I like those shorts.
All right.
The world may never know.
Yes, I did my undergrad at Marshall.
Joey, get back!
Goal is good for Florida State. Score 50 Florida State, 30 Gamecock.
Yeah, it was.
Gamecock making some substitutions, sending in some fresh legs. And the goal connects for Florida State, increasing their lead to 3, 60 Florida State, 30 Gamecock.
Reminds me of the keeper from California. He would always shoot it from like right here and score with
The man shot it from like half court.
That too. Good stretch.
No, it's out of bounds. But it's a
Oh.
Gamecock Quidditch calling a timeout.
All right, guys, here's your room. All guys, you start walking in.
Oh no.
Yeah, I've never seen you in a sports bra before.
Yeah, that would have not been okay at all.
Don't let me freeze that. I was supposed to go in a dress and then
I know. Yeah, I've never seen you in a sports bra before.
That was an accident. That was unintentional. No, this was last night. When I got an extra keys thinking that was the missing room. I gave Rachel a key.
Now today is day 2 of our regional championship. Both of these teams played a full roster of games yesterday. This morning, finishing off our round-robin play. And this afternoon, teams will be seeded and competing for their national bids. 5 of the 6 teams attending this regionals will earn a spot to the national championship in April.
It's okay. It's pretty weird stuff on the last
Like that kid's like to the verge of like years
Are you sure?
I have granola
So play getting back underway here. Florida State, 60 points on the board. Gamecock Quidditch, 30 points on the board, about 10 minutes into the game. Florida State inbounding.
Without words.
Oh, missed attempt by Florida State.
Right here.
Quaffle passed at a boundary there. Possession goes back to Florida State.
I need to get me a pair of those shorts. Well, you missed our last order. Posted on USQ South.
Goal for Florida State. Score now, 70, Florida State, 30, Gamecock Quidditch. We're over 11 minutes into this game. Seekers will be released into the game at the 18-minute mark. Goal is good for Gamecock Quidditch, decreasing FSU's lead a bit. Score, FSU 70, Gamecock 40.
I'm not gonna lie, I found those exact same things for a project and it took me 2 minutes.
Well, hey, it took like 4 minutes.
Goal no good for Florida State. Beaters on both teams creating some efficient interference there on that play. Oh, Gamecock dodging a beat and driving for a goal. Decreasing FSU's lead again. Score, Florida State 70, Gamecock 50.
advantage, it's advantage! Oh! Big advantage. Oh, but now they got the beaters. They're gonna pull him back over here. Well, I always just look here and I go.
Referee issuing a yellow card. Gamecock keeper for initiating contact from behind. Now, in an instance where a keeper must serve a penalty, one player on the pitch must become the keeper. Team cannot play without a keeper. The players must then go serve the penalty still in the box.
I've got like 2 sets of bases.
Player will be in the box for 1 minute unless Florida State scores before that time expires. Referee's trying to reset the play, resetting the ball to the position of when the foul occurred.
It's literally a 2v4. Really a 1v.
Our head referee today is Nick Zakoski.
You have the keeper at.
FSU comes back with another goal, pushing to a 30-point lead now. FSU with 80, Gamecock with 50. Goal no good for Gamecock. Refs resetting that ball for a throw-in. We're at 16 minutes of game time. Seekers for both teams will start preparing. They will enter the game at 18 minutes. FSU goal is good. FSU 90, Gamecock 50. FSU keeper beat before that throw. The goal is no good. "17 minutes is game time. Our snitch today is Richard Cromrine entering the pitch. Snitch catch is worth 30 points to whichever team gets it. FSU currently with a 40-point lead over Gamecock. FSU taking their time. Gamecock currently have bludger control. Seekers are on the pitch currently. Gamecock Seeker trying to defend, allow his team to score some more points, decreasing this lead in hopes to force overtime. So FSU scores again, increasing their lead. Current score, FSU 100, Gamecock 50. Beaters on both teams making these Seekers run laps back and forth to their hoops. No one's getting too much load time. Gamecock trying to answer. Goal is no good. Gamecock connects. Current score, Florida State 100, Gamecock Quidditch 60. Some ref discussion around seeker contact with the snitch. FSU trying to capitalize on no Gamecock beaters to defend the hoops. FSU connects. State 110, Gamecock Quidditch 60. Gamecock 50 points behind Florida State now. Gamecock Seeker still defending the snitch, giving his chaser some time to put some points on the board. At this point, Gamecock would need to score 20 points and pull the snitch in order to force an overtime on Florida State.
Oh, that's a
Gamecock unable to connect on the pass.
wow.
Ball is reset to Gamecock's half of the pitch.
Are you serious?
I don't know what that was. That made
Goal is no good for Gamecock. But they connect. Score currently 110 Florida State, 70 Gamecock. Gamecock still 40 points behind Florida State. Gamecock beater coming in to clear up this scrum behind the hoops. Both beaters being kept busy by the seeking game right now.
Sneaky.
FSU making a drive and they connect. Increasing the lead again to 50 points. Florida State with 120, Gamecock with 70. Oh, Gamecock goes for a high pass and it does not connect.
Oh.
But they... Goal was no good on that for Gamecock. Score is still 70-20 in Florida State's favor.
Wow.
Florida State pushing their lead 130-70.
He was falling, but then he put his hand on his head.
Rich was like throwing him down, but I was just like, no, you stay down.
Long Florida State pass recovered by Gamecock. FSU sending in some fresh legs at seeker. Gamecock still defending. Score currently Florida State 130, Gamecock 70. Goal is no good for Gamecock. They connect on that one. Gamecock now.
What a catch.
80, FSU 130. Gamecock still need 2 more goals and a snitch grab to force overtime. Game time is approaching the 33rd minute here. Soon our snitch will be handicapped and only be able to have one arm behind his back. Snitch here using the Gamecock Seeker as a little bit of a shield. FSU defense blocking that goal. Gamecock trying to recover and push back to the hoops. Ball is knocked loose and given back to Florida State for possession. Looks like FSU's made a grab attempt. Referees will confer to see if the grab was legal. Score at the time of the grab was FSU 130, Gamecock 80. So the catch is good. Florida State with that extra 30 points.
Oh boy.
Just because I understand what's happening here, I don't understand what's happening in Quidditch. But
You understand more than the 5-year-olds, to be honest.
So on that last foul there, the referee issuing a red card to Florida State Seeker for throwing his broom in the air in excessive celebration. Presumably that will result in a game suspension for the next game. FSU, though, coming out on top 160-80 with that grab. Stay tuned. Next, we will have the Nearly Headless Knights from University of Central Florida going